guys, and happy Saturday. So it's Saturday evening. I am a little burnt, as you can tell. Ryan is outside working on a little honeydew project for me, and I have been wanting hamburgers all week, and we just never got around to making them. So tonight we are going to barbecue some hamburgers, and we're gonna make a bacon jam, which I know sounds a little daunting, but it's not. And to go with it, we're gonna make some truffle garlic french fries, and they are gonna be so good. I'm gonna show y'all how we're gonna do those in a little bit. So in this bowl, I have about a half a pound of some ground pork, as well as about a pound to a pound and a half of some ground beef. The reason I add the pork is, one, I had it on hand and I wanted to use it up, but pork is a really great way to add in some flavor as well as some fat to your hamburgers. And I'm gonna keep this very, very simple. We're just gonna do cracked pepper, some coarse salt. We're gonna do some Creole mustard. If it'll focus. Some Creole mustard. You can use Dijon mustard. You could use regular yellow mustard, honestly, if you wanted to. Coarse brown, spicy, grainy, whatever you have. I really love the flavor of mustard in hamburgers. And then for a little bit of richness and some moisture, we're gonna add in some extra virgin olive oil. That's a little trick from a recipe for hamburgers that the Barefoot Contessa has. She just does mustard, olive oil, salt, and pepper. Keeps it really, really simple. And then I have here just this little burger ring that I'm gonna attempt to use to make my patties, and I have them, gonna put them on this little sheet tray. Hopefully I can figure this thing out. I don't know why, but I always struggle with it. I know, silly. So anyway, for this amount of meat, we're gonna do about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of salt and pepper. We're gonna do about a tablespoon of mustard and a couple tablespoons, just a good drizzle of the olive oil. And Barefoot Contessa actually recommends that when you're making burgers that you fluff your mixture up and mix everything together with a fork so that you don't run the risk of over mixing it. Just a little tidbit, you know, from the pro. So now we are gonna get started on our bacon jam. So really, really simple. I have here about a cup of some cubed up bacon. I have about a quarter of a yellow onion just sliced thinly, and I have 2 cloves of garlic. So we're gonna cook the bacon down first and render out some of the fat, take the bacon out, and then what we're gonna do is cook down the onions and garlic on a low heat until the onions get nice and caramelized. And then we're gonna go in with some water as well as some apple cider vinegar and a couple tablespoons of brown sugar for sweetness, and we're just gonna let this cook down for like 20 to 30 minutes until it gets nice and jam-like, and it's gonna be so good. You want some? Are you helping mommy? Alright, so I have my onions and garlic here, got nice and caramelized. I've been cooking them on low for about 10 to 15 minutes. Don't do like I did and put your garlic in when you put your onions in, just because the garlic, I had to keep stirring it and watching it really closely to keep it from burning. So what I would do is probably put your onions in first, let them cook down for about 10 minutes, and then for the last couple minutes I would then put in the garlic so it can cook. But thankfully it didn't burn. I tasted it, it tastes fine. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in with the rest of the ingredients. So we're gonna go in with some apple cider vinegar. We're gonna do about 3 tablespoons of that. We're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're also gonna add in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water as well. We're gonna put our bacon back in, and then just for a little heat, we're gonna do some cayenne, and I thought some dried thyme would be really good in there. So I'm just gonna do a sprinkle of each of those, and oh my God. Come on, give the people what they want.
What I gotta do?
Eat it.
It's good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.